This would be my first time reviewing a male character, a male scale figure in fact, but I've taken up this project, this figure, because I have been on a personal mission to photograph as many Fate Grand Order characters as possible. And my friend was nice enough to lend me this figure right here, Megahouse 1/8 scale Okada Izo, which I have done the photography work. But before I send it back to her, I might as well review him. So here we go with today's figure review. Hello and welcome back to Excogane Blog and Photography. I'm Steven and I'm back from a 2-month hiatus. The reason why I stopped making videos for 2 months is for a very simple reason: stress management. Now, over at my workplace, things were more or less similar to what it has been for the past year, but I wanted to concentrate on a number of figure photography projects and I did not want any additional burden or distractions. 5 projects last month alone. So I decided not to make any videos. Now I'm back because I have a long list of figures to review, given I've bought 9 new figures last month alone, in addition to the backlogs that I've not reviewed yet. Also, a collaboration is coming soon with a figure company, so I need to get back here on YouTube as soon as possible, but I will save that for a future video. With today, we'll be taking a look at Megahouse 1/8 scale Okada Izo from Fate Grand Order. He is an assassin class servant. The height of this figure is 22 centimeters, but that is up to the tip of his sword, his katana. The head height is several centimeters lesser, about 18 to 19 centimeters, which is the right size for a 1/8 scale, given he's not exactly standing upright, his knees are bent on both sides. This figure retails for 17,000 Japanese yen, $160 or so, before any taxes. So the actual pricing in Japanese websites are closer to 19,000 Japanese yen when you factor in their 10% GST tax. In Malaysia, this thing would cost at least 800 ringgit, maybe a lot more, depending on the taxes and other factors like shipping, of course. If you have noticed, this figure is without a base on my desk right here, but he does come with one. So what does this mean is that this figure is capable of standing without a base, which is fantastic news for a figure photographer like me, because yeah, I don't have to find ways to make the figure stand without a base when I put it in a diorama. Alright, before we move on to the details of this figure, a quick look at his box. The box is fairly attractive itself, but at the same time, it is pretty much similar to everything else. Most of the figures in the market, a standard cardboard box. And yeah, the top right corner here, you can see the Type Moon hologram sticker, which is present on every Fate figure that is genuine. Megahouse. This figure brand is a very old brand. They have existed for a very long time because they are a sub-branch of Bandai itself. And Megahouse focuses on making anime figurines. Though my past experience with Megahouse, I have never bought any of their figures. What I know is that they tend to make very decent figures if the character is a male, and screw up something if the character is a female. That was the impression I had of Megahouse in the past, several years ago. I personally have never bought any Megahouse products before, and the closest I've been to seeing a Megahouse product is in anime conventions, where we did a lot of exhibitions, figure exhibitions, and I get to see hundreds of different figures from dozens of different figure manufacturers and to photograph them one by one. So I've seen a lot of Megahouse stuff in person actually, just that I've never bought any because, well, they are not making the stuff I want to buy. However, King Go, also by Megahouse, is in my sights. That might be my very first Megahouse figure if I do have the budget for him. Now back to this figure of Okada Izo. With regards to the sculpt, I always look for the face first, and the sculpt of his face is pretty much perfect. There is nothing quite wrong that I can find with the sculpt of his face. The face expression is fantastic. And yeah, the head is removable. You can change the scarf. This figure comes with a pair of scarf, one that hides his mouth and covers part of his face, the other does not. But why would you want to close part of his face even though that is actually part of his character design in a game of FGO? So naturally, I would prefer the one that doesn't cover his face. The thing that surprised me the most with this figure is the painting, in a very good way. Partly because when you look at the official product photos, this figure looked rather boring or plain because the whole thing is black in color, and the product photos are not really capturing the essence and the detail of this figure. Once you have it right in front of you in your own hands, you can appreciate a lot of detailing and weathering, which are rather heavy actually. The shading is particularly strong on his scarf, both of his arms, the skin tones, as well as the katana and the front part of his outfit. You can definitely see the shading with your own naked eyes. You don't need any special studio lighting to see it. Even around his outfit everywhere else, it is not just a flat, plain black color. You can see different shades of paint, different shades of black color, as if there is a slight blue color or green color tone underneath the black color. So this is a very nice thing to see Megahouse do. When you think about how other figure companies were struggling with the quality control as well as release dates due to the pandemic, Megahouse did a very commendable job with this figure of Okada Izo because there is essentially zero flaws with it. I tried my very best to find any paint scratches or paint transfer or any irregularities on this figure. I could not find any at all. This figure comes with a very plain black base but highly detailed with stone texture, and all four foot pegs, they are metal. Initially, I thought they were plastic, but after touching and feeling them with my fingers, they are actually metal despite the color not being of the stainless steel type of silver color. It is more of dark iron color, but they are definitely metal. So this is a quality product through and through, from the sculpt to the paint job to the supports and the base. If you are a fan of Okada Izo, you can't go wrong buying this figure. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, the official product photos of this figure do not do this figure any justice at all. It is not actually plain black as what is suggested by those product photos. And the reason why I wanted to borrow this figure from my friend so badly to photograph it is his pose. I like this action pose a lot. It is not too extreme yet very photogenic at the same time. So I suppose this is as good as it gets for this figure of Okada Izo. Zero flaws, zero problems, and details galore. Go and get one if you like him. Yeah, so if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me in the comments below. I shall get back to you very soon. Thank you very much for watching this review, and see you guys again. Goodbye.